Let's talk about an athlete's courage. Not just the kind that pushes you to run faster, jump higher, or break records, but the kind that's much harder to measure. The courage to speak up, to stand alone, and to demand change when it feels like the world would rather look away. This is a different kind of bravery. It's not about crossing a finish line first, but about raising your voice when silence feels safer. It's about risking your reputation, your career, and sometimes even your dreams, just to be heard. Zoe Sedney, a star Dutch hurdler, was at the top of her game. She was a rising star, known for her speed, her focus, and her relentless drive to succeed. At just 22 years old, she'd already made her mark on the international stage, snagging silver at the European U23 Championships. A moment that should have been just the beginning of a long, successful career. But behind the scenes, everything changed in the summer of 2023. For Zoe, the world of athletics suddenly became a place of anxiety and uncertainty. During a training camp in the United States, Zoe says a male teammate, someone she'd once trusted, someone she'd even dated, crossed boundaries. She describes his behavior as transgressive, a violation of the trust and safety every athlete deserves. Imagine that for a moment. Not just the pressure of competition, but the fear of being around someone you're supposed to rely on. The track, once a place of focus and freedom, now felt like a minefield. Zoe did what you're supposed to do. She reported the incident to the Dutch Athletics Union, trusting the system to protect her and to take her concerns seriously. But instead of feeling heard and protected, she says she was met with indifference. The response was slow, the support minimal, and the sense of isolation overwhelming. Her words, a year of hell. A year where she felt alone, unsupported, and left to navigate the fallout on her own. It got to the point where just being at the National Training Center, or showing up at competitions, felt impossible. The places that once inspired her now filled her with dread. And all this took a toll, not just on her mind but her entire career. The stress, the anxiety, the constant feeling of being unsafe, it all added up. She missed out on the Paris Olympics, not because she wasn't fast enough, not because she lacked talent or drive, but because she couldn't find safety in her own sport. The Athletics Union responded, admitting the situation was extremely painful. They acknowledged the seriousness of what happened. They said they took her report seriously and made changes. Policies were reviewed, procedures updated, and promises made for a safer environment. But even their technical director, Vincent Kortbeek, conceded it wasn't enough. The damage was done and the changes came too late for Zoe. And here's the catch. They say their hands are tied, limited by the rules of the Institute for Sports Law. The bureaucracy, the red tape, the slow-moving wheels of justice, none of it helped Zoe when she needed it most. But is that enough for athletes like Zoe? Is it enough to say, we tried, when the system itself is broken? Is learning from mistakes enough when someone's well-being, career, and dreams are on the line? Or do we need to demand more? Real accountability, real change? Stories like Zoe's aren't just about sports. They're about the culture we create, the values we uphold, and the responsibility we all share to protect those who dare to speak out. They're about the spaces we create, and whether they're truly safe. Are we building environments where athletes can thrive, or are we turning a blind eye to their struggles? They're about listening, really listening, when someone says, this isn't right. It's about believing them, supporting them, and taking action. Zoe Sedney has lost races and medals, sure, but those are just numbers on a scoreboard, moments in time. What she's truly lost is trust, in her sport, in her team, and in the system that was supposed to protect her. And for an athlete, that's the hardest thing to win back. Trust is the foundation of every great performance, every team, every dream. Thanks for watching. If you want to support athletes speaking out, share this story. Let's make sure their voices echo far beyond the track. Because every voice counts, on and off the field. Together we can help create a safer, stronger future for all athletes.